Eli, he came to us. We needed to improve the wedge play because he needed to take advantage of those opportunities he talked about having. When our players get a wedge in their hand, that has to be a guaranteed par. And not just a guaranteed par, but we're hoping out of 10 that you're at least more than 2-3 under par on those wedges. I mean, that's just being gentle.
I haven't hit wedges this crisp in a while.
Dude, these are really good.
The biggest thing for me, I would struggle, like if I didn't have a perfect yardage where I could hit like a full stock wedge, that was a struggle for me. But now I've gotten so much better at flighting the ball from just getting more connection that I got a tournament coming up this weekend. It's going to be super windy, and in my practice rounds, it's been super windy, and I've been hitting the flighted shots so well, and it's
good. Why don't you run us through what you do when you try to flight a shot? Show us what's different about you can move the rod out of there. What's different about your regular setup and your new one when you flight it?
So when I flight it, I club up like at least 10 to 15 yards when I'm hitting a flake. This is my 160 club I'm hitting right now with this 8-iron, but when I'm trying to flight it, I'm looking at a 140 to 145 shot with this, especially into the wind. And the first thing I do is I take a narrower stance. I like to set up a little bit open because my flighted shots I always just tend to like to hit a cut. And then I just choke a good amount up on the club, and then it's just a shorter, tighter swing. But
I love it. So good, Eli. So that's exactly what you do. Think about it. He grabbed one club up because the shorter, tighter swing and choking up are going to then produce the distance of the club full that you'd be hitting. If it was a choke up 8-iron, well, it should be like a full 9 basically. Yeah. So he's grabbing a club up. He's choking down on the golf club, which gets him closer to the ball. That's one variable that you can knock out that will flight the golf ball down. And then he narrowed his stance. Rather than having more of a U-shape, bigger bottom to the swing, bigger arc, it's more V-shape, and you're going to be able to compress it and trap it down easier with a narrower stance. That was so good right there. That was beautiful. Yeah, the wind's not touching that, and the wind's coming hard out of the right. Closer, narrower, gripping down on the golf club, and what he just said, a shorter, tighter swing. Not shorter because we're shortening our turn. We're just shortening the arm swing and still turning our hands back to just a shorter height. That's what's happening. What really helped him was eliminating the amount of arm swing in his golf swing. He had to hit a lot of golf balls where it felt like this. Where it literally felt like, little short connected swings like that, where it feels like you're throwing a medicine ball.
Sure.
And if you look at that closely, it literally does look like I'm just throwing a medicine ball, right? Where it just, okay, here it is. It's just my core taking it back and just rotating through. And that's just not using my hands at all relative to my body. It just feels like my hands and body work together, and I'm just rotating. So his thoughts were simple. It was keeping his left elbow down low, taking away the hand action, right? That was what made his wedge play better. So besides a good setup, here's an example. Less hands. Just feel that little rotate, and the ball just comes off real flat, and it doesn't have that high loopy ball flight. That's what you got a lot better at.
Oh, yeah.
There. And you know what's funny? When our players get off, we have them hit these shots right away. They all know how to hit a knockdown shot. Any player who's been with me for a while knows how to hit a knockdown shot. And it has that sound right there, that thump, and it comes off really tight, really straight, much like how we have our players hit wedges, short, tight swings, just really like good. That. That was really good right there.
That's really good.
And what's funny is a lot of times in moments, it's a go-to shot in a pressure pack moment. So this is a great shot our players need to develop, and it's for you guys as well. So definitely take a page out of Eli's book there and develop a knockdown shot, and you're going to have a game that can travel and play in all conditions. Even when you're in the rain and you can't hold on to the club, like just choke up and take extra club and just play little punchers.
Even this summer I played a tournament up in Washington where it's just humid, and it was tough to hold on. It was just sweaty the whole time. I was choking up to just down to the skinny part of the just to get it all the way down here, and it was it's windy too, so that helped. It was like forcing me to flight it, and that to me it's just like even when I'm not trying to flight it and I'm maybe not hitting it the best, I'm always choked up on the club. I mean, I typically choke up just a little bit with, especially with short irons. Like I'll usually be like about there, but and then knockdowns I'm like right there.
Cool. Cool. Love it. You know, we were talking. Nail it right
I've
away.
even had lessons where I've taken him out on the golf course with me. With like I have like a mobile
So much
tripod.
fun.
I just stick it on the top of my bag and I'll set it up wherever I'm hitting the shot.
And
from.
we cruise, and what's great is like, I mean, people think like, oh my gosh, without a golf cart, is you're wasting time. No, we're talking about things as he's walking to the next ball.
Yeah.
Hit like 3-4 balls from a spot, and we're literally talking through, just game plan and stuff, and it's really cool. Yeah, I have a lot of fun with this guy. It's great.